Imagine Jesus sat physically with you in church. Would you conduct yourself differently? Hi there, and welcome to day 13 of our 30 Days in the World ETVC series, the third edition. Once upon a time, Jesus decided to go to the temple of worship in Jerusalem with his disciples. This was somewhat close to the time he was arrested and crucified, so there was already tension between him and the religious leaders, also the government officials. There was a treasury where people would go give their offerings, and when it was time, people filed out and rich people dropped huge amounts of money. And then silently, there came this widow who dropped two tiny copper coins. When the rich and mighty were coming, dancing in flamboyant clothes and doffing their monies, their heavy coins were sounding giggling, giggling in the offering box. So I'm sure that when this woman dropped her tiny copper coins, which were the smallest denomination in circulation then, it must have registered to them too that this man not get so, because they did hear the clatter of heavy coins. Now Jesus called his disciples and told them, "You see this woman? She has put more in the treasury than every other person here, because people have come to give from their wealth, from their plenty, from their abundance, and she, out of her poverty, has given every." It must have been strange to them, because going by human sight and thinking, she gave the tiniest amount of money that next to nothing, while other people came and dropped their millions and billions. And not just to look at the story of the widow's lives, not just about giving up material things, but also complete surrender and sacrifice, because that was how she did. She gave all the money she had, her entire livelihood, she handed it over to God. How many of us bargain with God on which area of our lives we're going to surrender to Him and which we're going to hold back? I mean, some of us say, "You see me, I pray, I fast, I love God." They are discussing God and there to fight, which you do not send you sharp, but yes, I'm doing all of that. But you see, my outward appearance, if more than 5 centimeters of my body is covered, I don't feel myself. So, yes, my Christianity, my spirituality, it did not reach that side. Others will say, "I give alms, I'm kind, you will never find me stealing or killing. But if you look for my trouble, if you find my mouth, you will collect." And the Bible says we should season our words. You should be at peace with all men. But some of us bargain with God, but you look at it very well. God did not bargain, because He gave us the life that we have. What is it we have, tangible or intangible, that was not given to us by God? Why then should it be a big deal for us to return it to God? If God gave you this freely, why is it a big deal for you to give it back to Him? Indulge us today to make up our minds to serve God and commit our entire self back to Him, to give Him all that we are, all that we have. May God bless His word in our heart. Shalom, and see you tomorrow. Bye.